What's going on, Army? Me and Shannon here today to talk to y'all about some exciting things that are going on in her life. Joe's not here, of course, y'all don't see him. Normally he would be in the shot, but instead you got Bank Robber Dave right now. That's who I am. But Joe and Rainey are off in Reno, Nevada, enjoying their Thanksgiving holiday with her family and the casinos. But enough about that. Shannon, what's going on?
Oh, I had a lot of good things happen to me in the last couple weeks.
A lot of things?
A lot of good things. First, I had an amazing Thanksgiving. Got to spend some time with my family. I have, brothers that I haven't seen for, years and years. I got to see them.
That's a good feeling. I also got to see a lot of my family this holiday.
Yeah, that was great. It was the first Thanksgiving out of prison, of course, but so I got to eat some real food, but I got a job, which I thought was going to be the toughest thing in the world, and it turned out that it really just wasn't.
You got a job?
I got a job. I start on Thursday, so I'm a little bit nervous about the whole starting the job thing.
So what are you going to be doing?
I'm going to be waiting tables.
You're waiting tables, but you got a job.
I got a job. And what was so funny is there was such a process to getting this job that I never went through before, trying to get a job in a restaurant, but it's okay. But it was the first application I put into. So I got hired at the first place I applied.
So if you were going to tell somebody who's just getting out and they're trying to find work, what would you tell them?
Honestly, it's possible to get a job as a felon because I did not lie on this application. I told the truth. The funniest thing is they told me they were going to check my references. Well, my references were my prison jobs. I actually put my prison jobs on there.
It's funny you say that. In reentry, they tell you to do that.
Right.
They told me to do it at Indian Creek.
I did it, and let me tell you, when I left the first interview, the last thing the lady said to me was, "I'm gonna check your references, okay?" And I said, "Okay," like I was just fine with it. And when I left, I was shaking, and I went and met my sister outside the store because I was just, first of all, I didn't have a ride, so my sister drove me up there, and I was just shaking. I was shaking so bad. I was like, she said she's gonna check my references, and my sister's like, "Well, okay, calm down." And I was like, she said she was gonna check my references. She said, "Well," she said, "Did you lie?" I said, "No, I told the truth." I said, "That's why I'm scared." I said, because the prison thing didn't come up. And she said, "But you didn't tell her you were in prison?" I said, "No, would you?" I mean, it's the first interview. I mean, I said I was honest, on the job application. I didn't lie. I said, but I didn't say, "Hey, I just got out of prison. I need a job." That's not.
Well, the ban the box thing is real. Was that on the application?
It wasn't on the application.
Yeah, because there's no longer a check here if you're a felon.
Right. And technically, I guess they probably do background checks because I signed my life away. I didn't really read all the information I signed, but I'm assuming they did a background check, but I haven't been in trouble in 5 years.
Well, you have nothing to worry about. You didn't lie. Your references are, solid, and you're good. You got in.
Good. I did, and it was funny because I passed the first interview, and I had to come back for a second interview, and the second interview I was nervous. I was like, surely the prison thing is going to come up this time. I just knew the second manager was going to ask about prison, and then it didn't come up the second time, and I was like, I have to come back for a third interview. I was like, oh no, the prison thing it's going to come up on the third one. I just know it's going to come up on the third one. So I walk in the third time and I'm just shaking, and it didn't come up the third time either. And they were like, "Welcome to the team," and I was like, it never came up, and I was like, wow, it was easier for me to get a job than it was to get an ID.
Well, look, I want to talk about that. I want to talk about, your struggles since you've been home trying to get your ID. And also, I want you to share with the Army, what are the feelings? Like you said, you were shaking. What are some of the feelings you are experiencing that you have to kind of push through to get these things done?
Oh, I mean, when I put in this application, I was like, okay, it's going to be what it's going to be. If I get turned down, I get turned down. And, I'm just going to have to keep trying because, I'm probably going to get turned down a couple times. I had just, accepted that. And the fact that they even took me and interviewed me the first time, I was surprised because I figured that this place was going to do a background check. And I figured, okay, they're just not even going to interview me. But they called me for the interview, and I was like, okay, they're going to interview me. Well, at least it'll be practice. And then I was so nervous when they interviewed me. I was literally shaking a little bit. And I don't know if that manager could tell, but the first interview was the most, I think I was the most nervous just having to do the interview. But when she told me to come back for the next interview, I was like, really? Like, I almost said that. I was like, really? Are you sure? Like, are you really talking to me? Like, is there somebody else back there? Like, are you talking to them? Because you're really going to let me come back for another interview? And I had made it past that first interview. Well, I knew, you know, I had done a good job at the jobs that I had in prison. So if she really did check those references, well, the references would be good. But the fact was that she was going to be calling the prison for those references. But I still have that question in the back of my mind, like, did she really call and check my references? Or was she just seeing what my reaction to that question was? Like, you know, did you really check the references? Like, I kind of want to talk to somebody in the prison and have them ask my old bosses, did they get a call?
I would just ask her.
No, I don't think so, because I still don't want the chance that prison's going to come up, because maybe she really just doesn't know. Like, I don't think I want to test that theory, but I think I might contact somebody in the prison and have them ask my old bosses just to see. But, I mean, the fact is I got the job. So, I mean, I'm so excited. Like, I'm so excited about this. Like,
I'm proud of you, because I know you deal with, you know, anxiety and depression and probably a little social disorder from being incarcerated. I mean, the first time we ever talked, you were like a little like standoffish, you know, so I just want to know, like, was it tough just to force yourself through those feelings, through the
I mean, yeah, it was a little bit, but like the fact is too, like I have to have this job. Like, this is something that I have to do. Like, in order to, you know, in order to accomplish anything I need to do, like, I have to do this step and this step and this step. And one of them was to get this ID, and then to get a job, and then to try to get my driver's license back, and then to try to go to school. Like, I have these goals that I have to set for myself, and I have to start with the small ones. Like, you know, you have to start with the small ones. If you can't get through that first small one, how are you ever going to succeed, you know, with anything further down the line? So it's just, you have to make yourself do it. And,
you know, you just said a mouthful right there. And I'm not making any joke on about how you talk fast. What I'm speaking about is, I say this all the time, you know, we as a person are our own worst enemy, right? Because a lot of times the only thing that keeps us from moving forward is our own fears, our own, you know, anxiety, the depression, and we defeat ourselves.
oh, absolutely.
Right? So I'm gonna, you know, this will be the third time he's saying this, you know, we have to push through, and you did that, and I'm super proud of you. I still fail sometimes too, but I know now that when that feeling comes, it's not the job interview, it's me. So I have to push through that to get to that job interview. And I'm, you know, once again, we're super proud of you as a whole. You know, APS, when they see this video, I already know their reaction is gonna be all, you know, hurrahs. They're going to be really proud that you've done this. This is awesome.
I mean, I can't believe I did it this fast. To be quite honest with you, like, I
mean, you got a job before you got an ID card.
I know, I did. I still don't have my ID, the actual card. I went to DMV yesterday, and the line was out the door. But I had everything that I actually needed to have this time. So I actually have the paper saying that I'm getting an ID card, which is pretty exciting to me, because
because they don't give you the actual ID card.
No, they mail it to you. Yeah. They mail it to you, but at least I'm going to have one.
Yeah, it's on its way.
Like, I have proof I'm going to have one.
It's on its way.
It's on its way.
Look, one day she sent me a message saying that she was at DMV. And what did I send you?
Oh, the Beetlejuice, the thing for Beetlejuice, where he's in the waiting room and he's like,
he's holding
7,605,000. Oh my goodness! And like, his ticket number, and they're like calling number one, and I'm like, yeah, this is how I feel right now. But I never made it inside the DMV, like all the way past the first counter where they just check to see what you need. Like, I had never made it past that window until yesterday. And when I made it past that window yesterday, I was so excited. Like, I don't even think you knew how excited I was. I was like, really? I have everything? Are you sure? Like, are you sure? Like, I'm going to make it past the next counter?
DMV is a tough place for an ex-convict. I'm just saying.
It is.
Especially when it's packed.
It really is. And, I mean, you have no idea how stressful DMV was. DMV was more stressful than getting a job. It was way more stressful. I'm telling
DMV, I hope you're hearing this so you can try and figure out a solution to help these people.
The prison really did not do me any good by letting me out without the ID, I'm telling you. And maybe it's because they have these new real IDs now. You actually have to have a real ID to be able to fly by October of next year or something. So you have to have all this proof.
To fly?
To be able to fly out of state by next year? Yeah, it's going to be crazy.
I have an ID.
A real ID? It's something new. No, it's something new. Has a star on it.
What is that?
Oh, you're going to have to talk to DMV about that.
Well, I got
There's
a
a
secret.
real-
I have a secret DMV tucked away in a corner that I can go to. Nobody's ever there.
Okay, well this is even better than it's like a passport to go state to state to be able to fly state to state, and you're gonna have a real driver's license also. It's not the same as the driver's license you have now, so be prepared because you're gonna have to go to DMV.
Yeah.
Again soon.
Yeah. Yeah. Jeez. It's all right. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. It's more stressful than getting a job. I'm here to let you know.
So what? I just want to know. So you said you'll be waiting tables at. What do you need?
Well, I needed shoes and jeans and some other things, but I've already got them for right now.
Oh, you already got everything?
I did. I went and got shoes. My mom took me and got me some shoes. And
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mom.
yeah, my mom's great.
Yeah, moms are great.
Moms are
My
great.
mom's great too. All right, so, you couldn't have got any better news at the time of year that it was. Nobody likes to mope around on Thanksgiving, Christmas, their birthday. If you're sad on your birthday, it's like twice as sad because it's your birthday.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got a job, you got the news, you got the job. You had all the paperwork ready to go to DMV after the holidays. So I know you had no other things bothering you during Thanksgiving.
Right.
So what'd you do for Thanksgiving?
I went to me and my daughter cooked Thanksgiving dinner, which we've never done together before. So Thanksgiving dinner came out amazing. Then we went to my mom's house and we had round 2 Thanksgiving dinner, and I got to see my brothers that I haven't seen in forever. I mean, it's been forever. Like, it's probably been more than 5 years since I've seen them. So
Yeah, I know that feeling.
yeah, so that was great. And like almost my whole family was there. So
Out of your whole family, how many people have seen you on the show?
almost all of them. Probably almost all of them now.
It's,
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, right?
It is kind of cool.
I want to bring up something. And I want to thank the Army because y'all make the show an avenue for, reconstruction. Yeah. And I say that because, your family is able to see the struggles and everything you're going through by watching this thing. And they're able to see you, which when you see somebody, I mean, it stirs things. If you haven't seen somebody in a long time and then you see them on Facebook or you see a picture or someone mentions their name, it stirs up old feelings. But After Prison Show has become an avenue for people to reunite. Everybody we've had on this show, and starting with Joe himself, as this show grew and progressed, his family was able to see what he was doing and how he's been changing and how he's been growing as a person, as a man. And, his brother, his dad, his mom, everybody, he's got probably a better relationship with his family now than he ever has. And the same thing with me. Then it's trickled down to me. My mom has more trust in me. She knows what I'm out here doing. My dad and me are friends again. All my family, is super supportive of me, and they're back on board. And Danny also, his entire family has, 100% been in contact with him, and, they're super happy to see what he's doing. And now it's on to Shannon, you're slowly starting to see that. Through the show, your family's able to see and hear the things that bother you, the things that are hard for you to deal with, and where you're going, your mindset dealing with those situations, and it helps them because naturally we don't want to open up our mouth and talk. We hold everything in.
Yeah, it's funny.
But we make you talk.
It's funny because it's easier to talk here than it is to explain it to them because they don't understand.
Right, and this is, like I just said, like an avenue of freaking awesomeness. It's just a great thing. So let's talk about that for a minute. Since, you've been on the show, what have you experienced with, reuniting, family and friends?
Oh, I mean, I had a friend that, we had lost contact years ago. It was my fault that we lost contact. I had come back from Florida and actually moved in with her. I was actually trying to kind of get clean at the time, and some bad things happened, because of course my addiction, and we had stopped talking. This was a best friend of mine from high school, and her brother happened to catch an episode of After Prison Show and saw me on it. And he calls his sister and he said, "Oh my God, Shannon's on the show." So she watches it and she contacts me on Facebook, and now we're talking again like nothing had ever happened. Now this is like after, you know, years and years of not talking. So like I'm actually finding and talking to people who I haven't talked to in years, and, you know, fixing these relationships that I thought were a long time lost, you know, and it's amazing. It's just amazing.
I mean, it is good, and it connects you back with the right type of people.
Right. Absolutely.
You know,
because I've definitely put everybody that was in the bad part of my life out. Like, I don't even talk to those people at all.
because I'll tell you what, the people who have seen me on the show that I've done dirt with haven't tried to contact me because they see what I'm doing and they're like, yeah, well, he ain't gonna want to talk to me.
Right.
You know, and I hate to say that, but they need to stay where they're at.
Right.
And we are going to continue to move forward in our life. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I hope one day that those people will also get on board and get clean. This is a big video. It's small, but it's big.
Yeah, it is.
Because a lot of things have happened. Y'all heard it. She got a job. You're watching the mailbox for your ID card.
I will be in 7 to 10 days.
And then once she gets that, she can go get her real ID card.
No, this is the real ID.
Oh, you're getting a real ID?
Getting a real ID.
Oh, that's some bull crap.
I'm already getting the real ID.
You don't need 2 IDs?
No. You just need the one ID, and it was only $10 more to do it that day, so I did it that day.
So we got a job. We got the ID coming, the real one.
The real one.
And we had a successful first holiday home.
Did. It was amazing.
Yeah, it has been amazing for everybody that's a part of After Prison Show. And I'm not talking about just our holidays, but to know that you're home, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, and you're seeing the fruit of your labor. It's showing.
I am, like, and I'm happy. You know, I wake up every day and I'm happy because I don't have to worry about going out and doing anything stupid or waking up sick, or, you know, I get to wake up my granddaughter's smiling little face, and, you know, I'm going to be able to, I actually have a job, so I might be able to give somebody something for Christmas besides my opinion, and they'd probably really appreciate that. So,
I've never heard that before.
I mean,
oh, that's great. Did y'all catch that? Rewind.
I said I might be able to give somebody something for Christmas besides my opinion this year, because it's like, you know, I'm actually probably going to have a little bit of money, and not going to have to spend it on myself, you know, to keep myself well. And it's just, things are looking really up, and I can't believe I still am. Maybe I'm in a little bit of denial, like, did I really get this job? Like,
do I really have to go to work on Thursday?
Like, no, they sent me paperwork. Like, I filled out the paperwork, like the W-2s and all that.
What are you doing right there?
I'm doing what I did on my phone.
Are you texting?
Yes, I'm doing what I did on my phone to fill out the paperwork. Like, I'm starting to get a hold of this phone thing. Like, clearly I was able to fill out the paperwork, and they have health insurance. They offer you health insurance. And
How long do you have to be there before you get that?
No, they already sent it on my phone. Like, I can choose to do that.
Then they take like a little bit out of your check.
I don't know. I didn't
or
actually
something?
open up that page yet, but they sent me the email for it if I wanted to do it. But
that's awesome.
I know. Like, I was like, wow.
Thanks.
This is why they probably have 3 interviews, because they offer these kind of benefits. But, you know, I mean, I've never gone through 3 interviews to get a restaurant job before.
I don't think I've ever gone through 3 interviews.
Yeah.
Not even at different places.
Do you know how scary it is to go through 3 interviews where you're scared every time that the prison question's going to come up?
No, because I'm so afraid they'll find it when I go to a place. I'm like, yeah, been to prison a bunch of times.
Oh, yeah. No, see, that wasn't me. My sister's like,
Maybe that's why I don't get a job.
why didn't you tell him? I was like, would you tell him? I mean, like, is that something that you bring up on a first interview? Hi, I've been to prison. It's nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Like, that just wasn't something that I was going to bring up. I figured, you know, if they bring it up to me, I'll tell them. But I didn't lie on the application. So if they call...
No, you didn't lie on the application. Your references, if they call, they will definitely know that you were in prison.
Right.
So...
But my references were going to be good, though.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I did a good job at my jobs in prison.
I feel you.
And if I worked that hard for that much in prison, then, I mean, like, I'm going to work pretty hard on the outside, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about that.
So you said something earlier. You were saying you feel happy every day, right?
I do.
I want to share with you something I've learned. we as drug addicts, right, we're sad. We're just sad people. For some stupid reason, we're sad, right? All the freaking time. And we find ways to make ourselves not feel that sadness, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
All right. Because the whole time we're looking for the world to make us happy. And when it doesn't, we're like, oh, poor me.
Yeah.
If you notice what you're doing, you are putting in the work. You are the reason why you feel the way you do right now.
Right.
You're going out there, you're busting your butt, you're getting a job, you're getting your ID, you're doing the things that you're supposed to do, and it makes you feel good. You know, there's gonna be days where you're like, but when those days come, you just have to know that your happiness is up to you. Right. You know, carry your butt and go do something that you enjoy. You know, I just want to throw it out there so that you recognize that you're happy because you're making yourself happy.
Right.
You know, so continue to do that, Shannon. It's a big thing. I'm super happy. I called Joe. This video had to happen, even though Joe won't there because, you know, you messaged me. You were like, got an interview. I was like, sweet. And then you messaged me again. Oh, here I go. And then you were like, here, you text me back. I was like, sweet. And then what'd you text me?
Something about, okay, second interview or something like
sweet. That. And then she hit me up and told me she got the job. I was super happy for you.
Yes, I was excited.
You know, and it's like, just once again, it's all happening at the right time of year. You know, everything is coming together for you. And the longer you're dealing with us, the more you will see that. You will see that, you know, we do good, not just for ourselves, but for other people. And because we do that, for some reason, good stuff happens to us.
Right.
You know, so our ROI, you know, return on investment is great. It
Right.
really is in this. And I mean it in every aspect of the word, you know, spiritually, physically, mentally, everything we do comes back. And it's starting to happen for you.
Oh, it absolutely is. Like, everybody's going to be excited that they get something besides my opinion this year.
Yeah, that opinion joke was great. So what does your granddaughter want for Christmas?
Anything with Peppa Pig.
Peppa Pig.
Oh, and Baby Shark.
Do you know the Baby Shark song?
I unfortunately do, and I'm not going to sing it, so don't.
Come on, Shannon.
I'm not doing it.
Shannon.
I'm not doing it.
I really want to hear the song, Shannon.
I'm not doing it.
Like I said before, this video had to be done, even though Joe's not here. You know, Shannon had a lot of great news, and I wanted to share that with y'all. And Shannon, I just want you to, you know, tell the people how you're feeling.
I'm feeling amazing right now. I don't think I would have gotten this far. I didn't think I was going to get this far this quick when I first got out of prison. I never thought I'd have a job in a month. I never thought I was going to get this ID. I can't believe I'm starting this job on Thursday. I mean, things are just going so well for me. So if you just got out of prison, it's going to be okay. Like, just do things one step at a time. Set a goal for yourself and just follow through with that goal. It's going to be okay. You're going to be fine.
Well, Shannon, that's great advice. And I'm glad that you're continuing to move forward. Well, look, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like. But until next time, enjoy life, the free world. Never take a moment for granted and make the most of every day. Peace. Yeah, give it to him. Peace.